Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amar Shahmi. Good luck for your study.
Interacting with an individual who is neurodiverse. Be clear and direct. Some individuals who are neurodiverse may take phrases literally, such as "It is so quiet and in here. I hear crickets." Be aware that individuals who are neurodiverse may not understand certain cues in conversation. Example: some individuals find it difficult to understand body language and facial expression. Consider the most direct approach. If it seems as though the individual is not understanding what you are saying, ask what is the best way to communicate. For example, writing it down. If someone's memory is impaired, you may have to repeat yourself more than once. Do not use baby talk. When interacting with someone who has a chronic health condition, understand that the individual may be expressing fatigue and will need to limit their movements or sit down. The individual may be expressing pain or fatigue and not wish to communicate fully. Excuse me, could you spare some change?
We don't have any cash though.
Oh, thank you.
Here are a few tips for interacting with individuals, no matter their disability. Address the individual directly with whom you are speaking. If someone with a disability has another person with them, it is not okay to respond to the other person instead of the person with the disability. People with disabilities are capable of making their own decisions. Give them the opportunity to do so. People with disabilities will ask for help if needed. Be sure to ask the individual how you can be most helpful. Individuals are experts with their own needs. No matter the situation, if you're unsure if someone needs assistance, ask. Treat the individual like an adult if they are in fact an adult. When interacting with an individual with a mobility disability, speak to the individual directly, and when referring to the individual, do not treat them as though they are equipment. Example, there is only room for one wheelchair in this space. Treat the mobility device as an extension of that person. Do not grab a walker or wheelchair or other mobility device without permission. Do not reach across a wheelchair user to speak with another person or use their device for your own use. When interacting with an individual who is hard of hearing or deaf, speak clearly and do your best to look directly at the person. Do not shout. Be aware of background noise and the lighting around you. If an individual is deaf and you need to communicate, try writing on a piece of paper if the communication is quick, such as offering direction. Rather than repeating yourself exactly, try repressing what you have said. Do not say never mind, it is not important. Do not assume that all individuals who are hard of hearing or who are deaf use American Sign Language. When interacting with someone with a vision disability, immediately identify yourself, including your role when appropriate, before you attempt any physical contact. Offer your arm to an individual rather than grabbing their arm. Hand. If an individual has a guide dog, walk on the opposite side of the dog. If providing direction, be specific. It is most helpful to say move forward until you get to the wall and then turn right, rather than go straight and turn right.
Look, some people there.
Do you feel Sunday?
Yes.
Let's go to the school tomorrow.
Miss, could you spare some change?
Change? For what?
Me and my brother want to eat. When interacting with someone experiencing a communication disability, give the individual your full attention. Be aware of background noise, as this may interfere with your interaction. If you do not understand, ask the individual to repeat what they say. Do not just smile and nod if you still are not understanding. It is okay to say, I am still not understanding you. Is there another way you can say it? Do not finish the person's sentences. To clarify what you have heard, try refreshing what you have heard to the individual. If someone is non-verbal, it may be best to ask yes and no questions. Continue to check in with the individual to ensure they understand.
I'm going to Children's Mercy Hospital to see my dentist for my teeth.
Full of enthusiasm and effervescence, but behind the smiles, life.
Darling, have you eaten your medicine?
Not yet, Mom. But Mom, why should I eat the medicine? Am I sick?
She also successfully duped new doctors by claiming that Gypsy Rose's medical history was lost and her vast medical vocabulary gave her an air of credibility. Then, there's the ethical dilemma medical practitioners face in accusing Didi of suffering from Munchausen by proxy, especially when the family was supported and embraced by the community. All these factors partially explain how many medical practitioners that the Blanchards deal with were unable or unwilling to identify and recognize the disease, allowing it to persist for over 2 decades.
Dear, you are sick. You have to eat all of it so that you will feel better. It's for your own good, Gypsy.
But I'm sick of it. I'm sick of eating medicine always. It doesn't taste good and I'm doing just fine without it.
Why did you throw it away? You don't love me anymore? Those medicines are too expensive.
But Mom,
Tragic case served as a chilling reminder of devastating impact of Munchausen by proxy. The manipulation, abuse, and deception she endured at the hand of her own mother highlight the need for increased awareness and education surrounding this form of abuse. By understanding the mechanism of disorder, healthcare professional, law enforcement, and the public can work collaboratively to identify and intervene in such cases, potentially saving lives and preventing further suffering. Gypsy Rose's story underscored the crucial role that knowledge and awareness play in safeguarding vulnerable individuals from the effect of Munchausen by proxy. Most of the controversy lies not in whether or not the masses believe it was just for her to be released from prison, but in whether or not she should be receiving the amount of attention that she is. The media has expectation for her to continue the artificial idealization created to Gypsy character in the act, leaving this real-life person to uphold our belief about her that she is relatable or a role model.
In 2016, the Blanchard was sentenced to 10 years in prison for her role in the murder of her mother, Claudine Didi Blanchard, who was stabbed to death the year before by Gypsy Rose Blanchard's then-boyfriend, Nicholas Corrigan. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is believed to have been a victim of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a psychological disorder in which a caretaker makes someone ill or creates the illusion of them being ill in order to receive attention. On the stand, Gypsy Rose Blanchard described how her mother took her to doctors throughout her life to treat her for various conditions, including leukemia and muscular dystrophy, that she never actually had. Gypsy Rose Blanchard also mentioned how her mother forced her to use both a wheelchair and an oxygen tank, although she required neither.
if you found yourself saying, I have heard that if you cannot see, you have extraordinary hearing.
An individual's ability to hear or not hear is not linked to their ability to see or not see. It is simply a matter of using all available senses to be more familiar with their surroundings.
As previously mentioned, individuals with disabilities are individuals, people just like anyone else. Here are a few words and phrases for you to consider. You are such an inspiration. You are so brave.
Because an individual experience may be different than yours, it does not make them an inspiration or brave. Ask yourself this question the next time you see someone with disability performing a task. Will I be considered brave or inspirational if I were doing the same thing?
Thank you for listening to our video.
Let us all protect the disabled people.
That's all for us.
Bye.